And we're back in the workshop. All right. Took some time before I got back here. Did some promotional work for the website. Did a photo shoot of the previous van build. Made some promotional material. Did a logo design, which you've seen, but I mean, the logo is now. How do I put that? So inside the interior of the vans that I'm building, I would like to leave a logo, one or two, and I got them laser burned. I don't know how to call it. You know what? I'll just stick to this. I think I've already said a little bit too much to keep it a surprise, but eventually you'll see it. So I did some other things beside the van build, and used the van for another 3 or 4 days for myself, and now today I started going back to work inside again. So here we are, filming with my brand new phone. Boom. Hope the quality is nice. Let me know. And today we are working on this here. Alright, so I already had something here and here to make a split between the front cabin. I don't know how you call it. I just call it the cockpit. I just like that word. But it was made of crappy wood, so I just took everything out, and now I'm going to put a wall in there again, but I chose a two-seater because I want to be able to go back and forth. So there's gonna be an opening in there, and I saw a van build once on YouTube. Can't remember who you are, but thank you very much for the idea to make a round arch in it. And so there it is already. So let's just see how that fits in there. So I'm just gonna put a couple of screws in there in the top, and then see how she goes. All right, be right back with the result. And let's see how it went. Whoa! How about that? That is very nice. As you can see, there's still an opening here and here, which is well, for one simple reason. The wood is not bigger than this. Can't find wood any bigger than this, but it doesn't really matter, because over here there will be one of the couches or benches, and over here there will be the kitchen, so it will be connected to that, and the fridge is going to be over here, and so at the bottom of the fridge I want the opening to the back, for it to be able to get rid of the warm air, I guess. Yeah. So that's that, and that looks pretty nice. Then I think the idea is to get a rolling curtain, and I've kept some space here, so I can have the rolling curtain over here. I don't know if you can see it like that. And then from this side, it's going to be a pull down over here, and I'm going to use, I think, this U-shaped profile at the back here, aluminum or whatever, going all the way from the top to the bottom, and then the curtain is going to slide through that all the way down to this height, and then the wall is going to continue here, and I'm going to make a small I'm going to make the floor even here until the wall going over here. So I think that looks pretty nice. Then the storage here I'm going to utilize with an opening over here. I think a small front going up and down like this. And over here I'm still considering doing because the kitchen is here, I have some top storage here, and I was thinking like normal top storage, but I don't want to ruin the space behind there. And if I go in front of that, then you can't reach it really from here. It's going to be really far, so that's not very nice. But if I make that top storage from the kitchen going in here, I don't know if I like that, because then also got to reach very far from here because you've got the kitchen over here and you can't step any further. So still figuring out that on the details, but we'll get there. So far, pretty happy. Alright, so after being this far, I'm going to have to close up this gap here, and then the bench will be here. I am going to close up this also so that it's nice and flat from the other side. But then there's this problem here of this space. I want to make that nice and flat with that one. So got all these little thingies that have to come out. So I'm going to make a nice piece of wood and put that so that can lean on here all the way through here, and then close it up nicely. And I've got this nice black rubber-like cover to put on it, this stuff. And then I'm just gonna stick that on there, and that'll make it look nice and neat. So I've made this nice looking piece of wood. It's some repurposing, but I'm going to cover it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to stick that in here. Like a glove. Very nice. All right. Would you look at that? All right. The piece I had was a bit too short, so I'm just gonna finish that up. But since it's like behind the chair here, all the way in the end, same way on the other side, I'm satisfied with repurposing this nice piece of rubber here. That's gonna keep your dirty feet going in here, and make it from, I don't know, I just thought if I'm gonna paint this with the rest of the van, it makes no sense, because pretty much this wall is where it feels to me like the living space should end. So this just makes sense, and worked out really well. And this stuff is sturdy as bleep, so that's nice. All right, happy.